Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to your mid-August 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Okay. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Emperor. This card supposedly connects with Aries, and it can be someone who is rather authoritarian, like the two professions in particular that I heard mentioned are military men and police officers. But the emperor can be a judge. And because we're talking about this reading is intended to be through the middle of the month, well, right after the middle of the month, we have a full moon in your sign. As I record this, it's only 8 days away. So that can be, whenever there's a full moon, it forms an opposition with the opposite sign, in this case, Leo, in the exact same degree. So it's going to be at, I think, 27 degrees of Aquarius, the moon, and the sun is 27 Leo. And this can indicate relationship drama or issues or ultimatums or endings or finally getting hitched, finally committing to a relationship. Certainly with Aquarius, there's always that ambivalence, you want to, but maybe you don't want to. So the Emperor can be a card of the judge, like some kind of somebody who's deciding a case. But it has a strong authoritarian, the father. This can be about a father. And in terms of you personally, the Emperor can be like getting your shit in order, getting your life in order. If you have been kind of scattered for whatever reason. But let's keep going and I'll see if there's anything more specific. In the past position, we have the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. But, it has a strong emotional component of satisfaction, almost to the point of smugness. And sometimes this can be a card of self-indulgence, but something good that has happened to you that has allowed you to kind of like a breakthrough. That's what came into my mind, some kind of breakthrough, because the higher message is the Eight of Wands, and it's like everything is starting to kind of explode, but in a positive way. So probably what I'm thinking of, like transits that this could be related to, and one of them that comes to mind is Pluto in your sign, even though it was very early degree. But then now that it's on the 1st of September, it's going back into Capricorn. So it's almost like taking the brakes off. Not that Pluto is like Saturn. Saturn would have that restrictive quality. But Pluto is still kind of a dense influence. And it's a very slow moving, and that's part of the density as well. And the Eight of Wands is like things rocking and rolling and popping for you. And so the three cards on top really speak to life changes and goals being reached that you've had, and a sense of satisfaction in life, and a sense of order with the Emperor. But like the Eight of Wands is like, a lot of movement. But then why do we have this as a challenge? The Four of Cups, a card of dissatisfaction. My feeling is that it's funny, like the Emperor is numbered 4. And this is numbered 4. The 4 is connected to Saturn, which is one of your rulers. And it really, I feel like it may be something that has to do with your authenticity. Like sometimes people are doing things, the right things for the wrong reasons. And, like, even, I mean, this isn't really a good example because I think that people should do this regardless. But let's say that somebody has an addiction, and like an alcohol addiction or weed, it could be weed, and they want to become sober because they can, but they're doing it because their partner doesn't approve. Well, that's not really for the right reasons. I mean, making somebody else happy and comfortable is definitely a nice gesture, but when something is motivated from within, and it's personal to you, that's the ultimate. So it might be something where you're cleaning up your act, with the Emperor, and you're doing all these things. But the Eight of Wands is about taking advantage of these opportunities as they present themselves. And if somebody is trying to engage you and saying, hey, you want to do this project with me, rather than kind of holding back because you're being like a little bit afraid to change, that you really seriously consider it, even if it's very spontaneous and that's not your typical style. Actually, my feeling about Aquarians is that they tend to be very predictable in a lot of ways until they're not, until they decide, they wake up one day and they decide, it's like being married for 30 years and then waking up one day and saying, you know what, screw this. That's the unpredictable quality. But there's a lot of consistency, I think, with Aquarians as well. But you have to do what makes your heart sing. It can't just be like with the Emperor. I actually connect the Emperor with Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. And because you have that rulership with Saturn as well, there can be some part of you that believes that, yeah, there's certain things that you should be doing. And really, if it doesn't resonate with you at a deep level, that's just kind of going along with the program, which isn't really your style. But it kind of is sometimes because of the influence from Saturn. So it's just something to kind of pay attention to. And the same thing with relationships, committing to a relationship or continuing with a relationship because you feel like that's the right thing to do, even though you're not happy. And even if you have children and you don't want to break up the family, if there's like kind of this cold war in your household, then, as they say, the children sense that. It's not like they're completely oblivious to the negative undercurrents. They might be really aware of those things. So anyway, what's coming in is a Three of Swords. I actually think sometimes this card can indicate there's a 3-party love triangle going on. I personally feel that this is a card of a clean break, because this goes along with the behavior of Aquarius sometimes, where the person they might, like I just said, be very consistent with something or someone, and then they say, that's it. They're like done with it. And it can be a clean break. And I especially think that because of the Eight of Wands, because you might be in communication. I mean, this is still the Mercury retrograde. You might be in communication with people from your past for some reason, or at least one special person you're going back and forth. And it's just making you more and more aware of how unhappy you are. But sometimes even that can make a person feel stuck. Like, okay, but now what? What am I supposed to do with these feelings? The outcome is the Seven of Pentacles, and you can see the woman with the watering can. This is about what we put our energy into and looking at, kind of gauging it for the results that it's producing. Is it producing enough? Or is it kind of something that we keep feeding and it's not giving us that return? So like, I'm just going to use the example of a relationship, but this could be in the type of work that you're doing. You're putting in that energy in that relationship and showing that other person that you really do care about them and want to be connected with them. And yet at the same time, they're showing disinterest. They don't seem to want to spend time with you. They don't call you. Or if you're in a committed relationship, maybe they're a workaholic and you feel like you're always abandoned. You feel like you're playing second fiddle to some other thing that's going on in their life. And it's really about an assessment. Now remember, this is just like kind of a snapshot of August for this moment in time. But in any case, I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.